Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I somehow failed to say my own name, or username at the very least. My name is Juggernaut. Hello and welcome back. We have our fight now with the Empire, and yeah, having the Dark Shards really was, in my modest opinion, a brilliant move on my behalf. I will probably eventually replace some of these units with more powerful beasts. Shockingly, the first to go will be the Harpies, but yeah. We need to beat the Empire Scum right now. And the way we beat the Empire Scum is we hit the crossbowmen and the archers. Oh, and we duel. We duel Karl Franz as Rakarth, and, well, I don't know if Rakarth is going to win that duel, honestly. He might. He is a higher level lord, he does have some combat abilities, but in all due honesty, it doesn't matter. The reason it doesn't matter is, if he doesn't win, too bad. We'll get something else to finish off the angry transvestite, and I understand just how riskier by the day that whole name is. Has it been the first minute? Yeah, the first minute has passed, so I can swear. But there's a weird rule, in case you didn't know. For the first minute, you can't have any profanities, which is why, you know, if you think my intros are kind of lengthy, then well, it's a good thing, I assure you. For the most part. This is good if they're going to take up defensive positions. I have artillery, they don't. Artillery. This works as artillery, don't get me wrong. I mean, a Reaper bolt thrower works... I mean, it doesn't work as well as something like a Hellfire rocket battery or even mortars, but... well, it's kind of comparable to mortars to some extent. You know, it's not bad. In terms of the damage output, in terms of everything else, like, you know, it is artillery, but, I mean, just looking at it, I can't really call this artillery. Look at it. It looks like a scorpion from, you know, the Roman scorpion. And, I mean, you know, I guess technically that's artillery, but it doesn't feel like artillery. Anyways, not that it really matters at all. We're going to need to move a little bit closer. I'm saving the Black Ark weaponry and stuff on purpose. We're going to be using that later. I'm assuming there's like archers and stuff there, but you know, in case there aren't, right there. That alright? Let's see how that goes. Let's see if they're going to react as well, because they might not. Karl Franz. Well, okay, apparently this regiment is a regiment made up of, what I can only assume are Empire separatists, and they're just sort of, you know, undercover agents here, but Karl Franz knows that they are undercover agents, and thus is, as a result, willing to just let them basically get massacred for no reason whatsoever. Quite intriguing indeed, but, there we go, now he moves. Okay, so what is this? This is Reiksguard. I don't want to have Reiksguard fight, giant wolves. That doesn't seem like a very sensible thing to do. The Harpies, however, have pretty much free reign over this flank, so we need to sort of twist the battle lines a little bit, but that's fine. And battle lines, usually not the most important thing in a game like this, but I forgot to do something. Turn off skirmish mode for these folks, and then let's get you like that. I'll need to get these handgunners, but I need the infantry to come in closer first. Now, where was I going with this? Yes, let's slowly for a little bit. Okay, yeah, I need you to go around, preferably. So battle lines and all of that is very important, and we're gonna sort of, this battle is gonna play out a lot more traditionally. Like, it's gonna play out like a Rome Total War battle, and the reason is I'm fighting the Empire, who has basically nothing but infantry at this point, and I'm not fighting them at their own game. I'm using monsters, I'm using archers, which they don't exactly have, or they have now, but they're not long for this world. And stuff like that, so, you know, that's one part of the reason. A much more important part of the reason is this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to basically decimate the Empire and effectively punish them for... Oh, I forgot, I need to actually cast and then do this. I'm going to punish them for... wanting to fight in sort of lines like this. That's a terrible idea in this game. You want to spread out as much as possible. We have a potion of healing. Well, that's interesting. Here's the thing, though. I need to find France. Okay, Reiksguard and Halberdiers, not the greatest combination ever for my mammoth, but... Oh, there he is, duh. I need to find France. He's right next to me. For some reason I assumed he would be back there or something. You're probably out of range to buff the mammoth, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Tell you what, fight him, and that'll do. And you can move on to the archers. Artillery is still pounding over here. You are fighting the halberdiers. I mean, credit where credit is due. They're fighting the correct things with the halberdiers, the large units, but unfortunately for them, that is not exactly going to cut it. These guys are great at melee, but tell you what, here's the difference. Like, missile strength 24, missile strength 23. Believe it or not, the tiny hand bows technically do a little bit more damage than a proper large crossbow. I don't know either, but I pay more for these guys, so I'm sort of thinking that's acceptable. Obviously, these guys have a lot more range, so they're going to get more kills probably due to that, but, like... No, ammunition's the same, missile damage is the same, I don't... armor-piercing missiles, and these don't have armor-piercing missiles. Okay, that's sort of the biggest difference. Making Dark Shards slightly better, but, like, obviously because of the range too, but, like, the Empire doesn't have armor. I mean, not really. These guys do not have armor. 30, you know. Swordsman, 30, armor, you know. Some of them are, I'm assuming, swordsmen with shields, which probably helps their situation, but it's all sort of meh. Very important that we win this battle decisively, which is why I'm taking it rather slowly. When I say decisively, I don't mean winning a decisive battle nominally. The game tells us how you've won a decisive battle. What I mean is, you know, have minimum casualties for the maximum amount of damage that we can. And that is, I mean, that's basically the battle. We're just gonna confirm that by casting another one of our abilities. And I want actually the Shades to fight these guys. I hit my own troops there a little bit. You know, right, pop that potion of healing. Stop that rampage. Finish off those guys, and I get the feeling that the guys back here aren't doing anything. Tell you what, you can actually start chasing people down along with the harpies. I feel like it's time. That's going to be a very important aspect of the battle. Most of the casualties that we've suffered so far we're going to recover from relatively quickly. Now's the time for another powerful ability, though, from our Black Arc. Excellent. I almost want to put another one right there. Is there any big cluster of enemies? That'll do, I guess. Can we get you out of the way? Did you just regenerate, like, 1,000,000 health by getting hit? Is that a hidden feature of the game I did not know about? The enemy lord is wounded. Rakarth actually did it. Wow. That one missed a little bit, but it's not that bad. Alright, awesome. There's the battle. I just do really badly need to chase down as many of the Empire's units as possible. Sorry about that. Which means I want the shards over here, and I'll move the shades like there as well. Because believe it or not, you're probably going to do more damage by shooting the enemy than anything else. And I would like you to probably shoot those guys as well. Let's get you out of the way. Melee infantry isn't going to do much against the Empire at a time like this. Well, right around here, I think? A little bit ahead. More than it needed to be, but that's okay. You can try and chase down this lot as well, I guess. They are mostly dead. You can get them. And you can get the halberdiers. There are quite a few of them in that unit that need to be eliminated. Over here is slightly more depressing situation when it comes to the amount of enemy survivors, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe another. Oh yeah, that definitely helps. Oof, that helps. Okay, let's put down another ability right there, and I'm gonna call the battle as soon as this hits. Oh, very satisfying. Very satisfying. Okay, there we go. And then, what do you know? What do you know? A actual decisive victory. Thank you very much. There we go. So, a good bit of money. Very nice chunk of slaves. And there goes the Empire. So now we have the key to Slaver's Gate. I can confederate with Rakarth, or I can take the bribe and just basically sod off. I think I'm going to take the bribe, and the only reason I'm doing that is I confederated Rakarth in my last playthrough. They're here in the Broken Lands. And you don't get much out of it. I mean, I got like 2 full armies, which were more or less useless. And I disbanded one of them. And then I needed to defend Rakarth because the Forged attacked it. And it was difficult to defend because, like, where do you recruit troops for it? I mean, their recruitment buildings and whatnot are terrible. So, like, where do you recruit stuff in Rakarth? And then the answer is, like, you kind of just don't. Like, the alternative was, okay, well, we're going to send the Black Ark. Alright. We're going to send the Black Ark. Awesome. What we're going to do over here in the other front? And, like, it gets stretched out, and it's just not worth it. I mean, it doesn't pay for itself, basically, is the main problem here. Considering I can't get Carrion Crows yet, Sadistic is looking good, but I mean, with a potion of health, he can stick in fights longer, and I feel like that's beneficial enough to the point where he doesn't need sadistic or any sort of fighting capabilities right now. Inspiring presence is alright, but the problem is I'm not sure how I'm going to specialize this army. So I'm kind of sort of waiting on this. And then, I mean, the only thing that sort of remains is to get, like, another level of Elven Healing. And that's good, because we need Elven Healing for stuff. No, seriously, we need Elven Healing for our campaign, so, yeah, I suppose that's what we're going to do. Now, 15,000 gold. It's quite a bit. It's quite the amount. I kind of want to build walls in this settlement. But I also feel like it's not the most important thing yet. Yeah. This is easier to defend with an army than this up here, so, you know, bigger garrison at the very least. Well, slightly bigger garrison. And now we have an interesting problem, in that I no longer have what to spend money on. I mean, okay, I'll get the army here. My income isn't that fantastic, but we only have 2 provinces. I mean, we have 2 provinces, and the economy is already looking weird. Thankfully, for the purposes of a challenge and all of that, the slave decline rate is pretty bad so far, and by pretty bad I mean we lose, like, I don't know, maybe 50 gold each turn from the income if we don't fight, which, I mean, I guarantee you, from now to the end of time, we're gonna fight. So, yeah. Do need to check these out, though. Grunberg is controlled by Wissenland. Strange. Very strange. This is a level 1 fort, by the way. I would like to take that. Impossible. Very much. Okay, next turn. Turn 20, and like I said, the economy is kind of buckling. Oh, not buckling, it's quite, the economy mechanics are kind of buckling, and I don't really have what to spend money on. Mind you, I did get 5,000 for the Confederation, so... Whoops, sorry about that. There is a little bit of a external influence there, but yeah, see, how much was that? Like 100, maybe? But, you know.
Witness my strength, Rakarth.
Okay, so you did an oopsie. You definitely did an oopsie. Unfortunately, I can't get to you right now. I'm going to need to wait another turn, but you can't go back here. And if you go and sally out, that's going to be a tough fight, but I'm just going to lightning strike at that point. This army can't recruit, by the way. You can't recruit at forts. This is the only army they have left. So, yeah, they're just, I mean, they're pretty much done. Level 3 Black Arc. Okay, here we go. Now it's happening right now. Now we're getting somewhere. Public order, very important. And, okay, you know what? Perhaps it is a little bit early to think about breaking the economy the way we're playing right now at turn 20. There's a different way of breaking it earlier, but so far, you know, this is good. I don't think we're pressed for money anywhere, and I could even just make a new army, and I'm probably going to do it, but what I want first is like a warrior hall, so I can get Sisters of Slaughter, Reaper bolt throwers, and then a next level here will also allow me to build something like the Den of Outlaws. So it's going to be level 3, so I can get it to the House of Exiles, which is, I mean, just good shades, really. 130 range, 34 missile strength. At that point, this sort of becomes a little bit obsolete, but Sisters of Slaughter are a fun unit to have. Actually not good. Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, they're not a bad unit. Let's just enter. I need to play more quickly. I'm going to annoy people if I don't. They're not a bad unit, don't get me wrong. I don't think Sisters of Slaughter are a bad unit and like you shouldn't recruit them or whatever. I think they get the job done. But it also feels like, I don't know, they just don't feel great either. It's a weird situation with them because I don't know. I just, maybe I'm ranting at this point, but I feel a little bit like they don't exactly fit a role, you know? That's at least what I think, but whatever. I would like to get a thingamajig of the hunters. I think that'll be... that would be quite nice. So here's the thing, I can attack this army and lightning strike it, and then that'd be great, and if they attack me, I'll just run off. We are losing quite a bit of slaves, though, each turn. The slave decline rate of 2. You know. I wonder what the battle odds are gonna... odds. I wonder what the battle odds are gonna be like fighting both of these armies. Well, tell you what, I have a feeling I'm going to get attacked next turn here anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightning strike, play the battle off camera because there's no challenge, and I'm just going to use the range units to take care of all of this. And Rakarth because he can heal, and probably the War Hydra as well because it can heal too. Yeah? So I think that's a good plan. Yeah, there we go. Now, actually, considering I only get 100 slaves out of this, which is like a full turn worth of decline, but never mind. I feel like here it wouldn't be that bad of an idea to get murder captives. Get a little bit of bonus experience on everyone, even though this isn't the most stable unit composition ever. I get a potion of speed, alright, I suppose. Ooh, Convocation of Hunters, yes! I was just gonna say, like, I would love to get this again. Because we can get this. And that sacks our income heavily, but don't worry, we'll get it back soon. Because we've just captured a black dragon, and well, I mentioned that these harpies aren't long for this world.
You fought well, my beasts. What madness is this?
We do need to be in friendly territory, though, to recruit them. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm going to need them if I'm going to fight here, which I'm not gonna without a black dragon, probably. Kind of want to peace out Marienburg if we're on it, if I'm honest. Treaties. Yeah. Is Reikland willing to peace out? No. Shame. But here's the thing, like, we have a black dragon from there. Look at this. We get another one from Altdorf. That's going to be 2 black dragons and a feral stegodon if we want it, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to give it to someone else by then. That's a lot. I mean, it's the 22nd turn, and there's a faster way of doing this if you want to rush for the dragons and like sort of throw caution to the wind. I'm taking my time and doing things slowly, more or less on purpose, and like, you know, feels a little bit don't want to say strange, but it does feel a little bit, you know, off in some ways. Oh, I kind of want to fight this now. I kind of really want to fight this, but I also kind of don't. Nah, like 2 units of Empire Knights and stuff that's a tough thing to fight. Oh, you just kill yourselves. Alright. Much prefer to fight it like this. I think it takes an extra turn, it sort of snips a little bit off the economy, and we just have 3,300 because of that building, so never mind. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, whenever you think you're making a little bit of a sacrifice, it's just like, you know, it's not really a sacrifice. Not necessarily. I feel like a watchtower here is mandatory almost. So I'm going to get that. I'm also going to build a dark hold. No, I'm not. I want Marienburg to be level 3 first, and then a dark hold is an option. This building doesn't go to level 4, but a Black Road does. And this also increases growth by a tiny bit. Occupied Garter. How far am I away from it? I'm fairly far away from it. But I need this. It's like, I like this, but I want this. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold on for now. Okay, let's get that Black Dragon. That's kind of scary, I'll be honest with you. That's a little bit scary. You are bound to me now. Yeah, it's also, I find it a little bit funny that when you select a Black Ark or some other Druid character that's not a legendary lord, that's a general that's leading an army, he just says Tyrant, like, just straight up openly. I understand the lore reasons behind it, but, like, do you know what I mean? Like, usually people try and hide it away somehow, as in, well, we're not actually tyrants, we're, you know, doing it for the greater good, or we're doing it because of our dedication to something rather, but there's like, tyrant. And this is what I wanted, so, yeah. I think I should justify my slowness here, because alternatively what I could do is I could just fight all of these at once and be like, you know, alright, great, let's kill them all, and I could probably win this. But here's the thing, I don't need this fort. Taking this fort is just a pure detriment. I don't gain any money out of it, I don't get anything out of it. Keeping Marienburg around and fighting them multiple times like this gives Rakarth levels. Instead of exploiting like a Sac City or something, first of all. Second of all, letting the Empire recruit again, come back with another army, fighting them again, feeds slaves into the economy. So, just taking out a couple of Empire settlements right away and wiping out Marienburg immediately probably seems very effective to most people, but it's not. Because I gain nothing out of beating all of these at once. I gain a lot more by taking it slowly. Plus, you gotta remember, the AI reacts if you take a lot of territory. But if you win a bunch of battles, it doesn't, which sort of feeds into this kind of abusing the AI and the economy, but to certain limits and extents. So yeah, anyways, let's so that's the reason I'm doing it like this. Right, here we go. Let's play around with some of our new beasties. Easy battle again, most likely. I don't see this going wrong in any way, shape, or form. But the eval bar believes that a dragon is all-powerful and unbeatable, and, you know, not that I'm one to argue with the eval bar, it's just that it's a little bit biased towards dragons. They have great stats, but they're a single-entity unit, you know? It can only kill so much. Having multiple dragons fight together and, like, you know, then some of the AoE really comes in, but they can get surrounded and you know, they're great, don't get me wrong. Dragons are amazing, but they're not the best unit in the game alone against a full army. You still need tactics, you still need to be sensible about it. Okay, so let's get Rakarth into position at the front of the army. Oh, I totally forgot something that I was going to do. Not right now, but like eventually, but I remembered now. I need to get an agent in this army fairly soon. Now, it can be a sorceress, it can be anyone, but it needs to be an agent. Because the thing is, we don't have any magic. There's nothing generating magic, there's nothing magical about this army, and we're missing out on a big part of warfare by doing that. Or rather, by not doing that. We are sort of compensating with the Black Ark, though, and, well, doing a damn great job at it, if I may say so. Unfortunately, though, you can't really see how well we're doing, which is kind of a problem with Black Arks. In that, oh, did I somehow... No, all four of them are firing. Oh no, you need me to kill someone in order to actually react, like you need to lose an actual unit, or no. No, you just need to take some time. Maybe? Who knows? Who knows how the AI thinks? I don't think we're ever gonna truly understand that. It's one of the great mysteries of the universe. So, I actually forgot to take a nice long look at the composition of this army, mostly because I know I'm going to crush it, because it's the Empire, and I have a friggin' dragon. Outriders. Outriders. I actually don't know how well, or poorly for that matter, they fare against... against one of these. Lots of archers in this army, didn't quite expect that. To be honest. I'm going to move up a little bit again to close the range gap, and then... Oh, if we can get this to bunch up, I'm going to be extremely happy. Let's hit the swordsman. Nah, you know, I'll just go after the crossbowman, never mind. Forget hitting the swordsman. Okay, yours are the archers, yours are the crossbowmen, and then... Please bunch up and try and fight Rakarth like this. Yes. And the 1. And the 2. It's a thing of beauty. Cold-blooded killers. Oh wow, he just murdered all of them and just ran them off the battlefield. Wow, okay. Yeah, so someone told me Outriders were a good unit at one point and tried to legitimately convince me of that. Outriders were grenade launchers, mind you. One of the best units the Empire can field. Late game, hit and miss, depending on what you're fighting. Early game, there is nothing they cannot decimate. Literally just the most direct battle changes. If that makes sense, I'll try and explain a little bit better what I'm trying to get at. The amount of kills they get is absurd. Like, just, they butcher everything. Right, I mean, 300, 400, 500 kills on a single unit of Outriders is normal early game. Because they're just the perfect unit for fighting infantry and just blobs of of whatever is fighting you, right? And that's where they excel, like when fighting blobs like that. That's when they're at their best. Truly a phenomenal thing. I mean, this is kind of... I don't know what to tell you. This is kind of tragic for the Empire, because we're gaining the system in many ways already. Because I'm using this time to, like, hunt down survivors. And I'm also using this time... Ooh, should have put that a little bit more ahead. Yeah, alright. It's alright, I suppose. I'm also using this time to heal Rakarth. It's just, I mean, you know, just brutal. Oh, by the way, someone DM'd me yesterday and asking, like, why do I not show the loading screen? You get the same information at the loading screen that you get here when you exit a battle. The casualties, the deployed forces, the enemies captured, the remaining forces, experience gained and kills on each of the individual unit with the damage values. You get the same thing, right? You get pretty much the exact same thing. In fact, this is much better because when a unit gains experience, the sort of chevrons start flashing. There's just a far better screen, and the loading screen is just a waste of time, and I don't want to waste your time. I mean, I do it already plenty with playing so slowly and taking time and being methodical and discussing my plans in detail and being boring like that. I see no need to bore you further with, well, any of this, so there you go. What do we do next? Quartermaster isn't bad. This is just better Quartermaster, though, if we're honest, plus its campaign movement range, so yeah. Third level of Elven Healing. In retrospect, probably shouldn't have done that. In retrospect, third level of Elven Healing... questionable decision. Questionable decision. Now... okay, question. I would like to get to the unit browser, if that makes sense. Ah, yes, this is what I'm looking for. Alright, we got it. So this is kind of the unit browser. I'm interested in agents. And am I missing something with my plan? Because I don't think I am. So, Death Hag can replenish troops, cleanse corruption, discover undercities, and then target actions are, you know, whatever. Other than a Death Hag, there is also a K-Knight Assassin. Now, when embedded into a hero, add Scavenge, alright. Constant local effect, discover undercities, and increase slave income. That is what we're looking for. But I was thinking, is there another hero unit in the Dark Elf roster, maybe, that reduces slave decline? I don't think so. And I don't think it's a trait for the agents. Yeah. Okay, actually, oh yeah, that's nice. Third level, by the way, plus 10. Insane. Insane. 10%. Oi. Like, the high elves get, what, like 2-3% of on a similar mechanic? Except they get less bonuses from the province. It's insane. Mind you, I guess the big difference is they don't rely on slaves. So their income is passive and you can't change it. So, you know, I suppose there is something to be said about that, but like, you know, come on. Nobody really cares, right? Here's the thing. I do want this army to grow both in power and size. And what I do want to what I also want to do is compare the Sisters of Slaughter, which are expensive, both to recruit and upkeep, to the Blackheart Corsairs, and I mean, okay, what's this? Physical resistance 20, missile resistance 10, resilience, can hide in forest, murderous mastery even, trial of blades, yeah. So the poison on the melee attack is okay. The extra weapon strength and melee defense is pretty good. Leadership and speed is alright. But 75 less armor. Now, I get it that you can dodge, and I get that you have murder mastery, which these guys don't. Right? Yeah, these guys have murderous prowess. Versus murderous mastery, which I'm guessing this is causes fear. 25 melee attack, 25 bonus, some vigor bonus. 25 vigor, leadership, armor piercing. That it's I don't see this being worth it, honestly. I don't really see that unit being worth it.
Tamer of Dragon. Dragon Master.
Okay, so here's a question. If I attack and lightning strike, I can auto-resolve this. And win. Or I can fight this and win also. Relatively easily. I mean, here's what I would need to do. I would need to send the dragon, as painful as that is going to be, and the harpies to take out the cannons and the mortars first. Storm the walls with this, break the gates with the beasts, and then just use these guys to hit the people on the walls, but that's not going to work all that well because they have so many archers. Or I can just auto-resolve it, claim the fort, and then that's it. But like I said, I don't gain anything from claiming the fort. We need to fight the Empire. You know what? We've done plenty of, like, minor battles and garbage like that. Loot and occupy. It's a level 2 fort. We're going to repair it. We're going to upgrade it to a level 3 fort eventually. Here, for some reason, people think that increasing tax rate on a province that makes 0 gold is going to help. It doesn't. They also think public order is good because, I don't know, for a place that doesn't do public order, where public order can't change. Yeah, it's quite a fascinating little thing. No, the only thing that's worthwhile here is growth, and in my modest opinion, Creative Assembly should make it so that provinces like these, well, not provinces, but forts, can't have any other edicts, or, you know what, sod it, make it so forts can't have edicts, period. I mean, what the hell is the point of this? None of this does anything. Okay, ambush success chance, hero action chance actually does make some sense, because, you know, it works in this, but, I mean, look at the size of it. It's not worth it. It's just utterly worthless, and yet it's still an option. I don't quite see why, but okay. This is very good, and then everything down this line is good except for the except for nothing really. Carrying Crows is the only one that's like that has some buffs harpies, and I'm like, sort of sod that, but like income from battles and raiding plus 25% is god tier when it comes to boosting income. So yeah, I mean, look at that. 3,000 slaves from that battle.
All shall behold
The economy is now officially teetering on the brink of broken. We are at 36%. Quite a lot. But the decline rate is 3. Ugh. You know. Ugh.
tremble before Rakarth.
Okay, settle and upgrade. No. No. And that's it. Tell you what though, I think we're going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember to like and subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video and stay tuned with the rest of the content that I produce on the channel and the series as a whole. Now that we've dealt with Marienburg, taken over the fort, what we're going to do next is... Oh, that's very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to confederate these guys eventually the more traditional way, by the way, so, yeah. Really? You think you can win this? I'm holding a fort, and you think you can win this, and it's close. Yeah, we're going to need to fight this manually, but we're going to do that next time. Thank you very much for watching. Next, what we're going to do after beating Emil, this will be his second defeat on the turn, so his army disbands, and he's dead, and so is Marienburg, as a faction when we win this. Next, we're going to go over to Reikland, take Altdorf, get the second dragon, which I need to remember I need to loot or sack or raid or one of those things. I need to remember what I actually need to do. It's not occupy, I remember that. So we're going to need to do that, get the dragon, and then fight actually the northern bit of the Empire, even though we'll probably have enemies in the south regardless, but yeah. Also most likely get another army going, recruited from the Black Ark, obviously, but yeah, that's going to happen next turn. Anyway, next turn, in the next turns, and in the near future. Alright, see you then. Have fun, take care, bye-bye.